ranking Star Wars today, bitches! Yes, welcome back to SkywayTj, and today we will be ranking every live-action Star Wars project in the Skywalker saga and its little spin-off solo stories. Let's hop into it with the absolute bottom. At the very bottom of my ranking, we have Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I don't think this is very surprising to most people. I think most of the community does not like Attack of the Clones. I will say there are some prequel defenders, and that's fine. You live your best life. For me, this movie has horrible, and I mean horrible dialogue. I will never understand how Padme and Anakin fell in love. George Lucas, for all that he is good at, he cannot write romance dialogue at all. It's very bad. Whatever. I'm not gonna get into it. There's so many cringe moments in this movie. You know, the I don't like sand shit is in this one. It's hard to justify liking this one, and it's still watchable. It still passes as a movie. It's not like horrible. It's just out of all of them, it's just not it for me, you know. Right above that, we have Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. This movie is so much talking. There are multiple moments where there are just people talking about trade routes and space ecosystems and politics. It's extremely stupid. This is the one where Anakin is also, you know, a little boy, and Jake Lloyd does his best, but like, you know, it's just, I get it. He's the child of prophecy. We're gonna see how Anakin takes his journey to becoming Darth Vader, all that jazz. Qui-Gon Jinn is good. Of course, you know, it's Liam Neeson, so of course he's gonna be good. It sucks that he gets offed in this movie, and then Obi-Wan has to take over everything. The best part about this movie is Darth Maul, and Darth Maul gets cooked in about, you know, 2 minutes. Like, that's the best part. Duel of the Fates is the best song in Star Wars. So yeah, there are good stuff in here, but like, for the most part, the movie is pretty bland, and I really don't like that Anakin met Padme when they were this young, and then Padme is like infinitely older than him. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Next up, we have Star Wars, Solo, a Star Wars story. This movie is so forgettable to me. I barely remember anything in it. I'm pretty much just going to do a drive-by here. I don't think this movie was necessary. I don't like how Han Solo got his name. Everything about this just felt icky, and the public seemed to feel that way too, because we haven't got a Star Wars story spin-off thingy since. So, yeah. Alright. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Next up, we have Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. I know this movie has its staunch defenders, and they want to make the arguments that this movie is good. It has good visuals. Some of the character beats are cool, but in the end, it's just a movie where they're just slowly running out of gas with the Empire like right behind them. It's what's going on. It's very, very slow moving. Luke is an asshole in this one, and I get it. I know he has like this redemption arc or whatever, but like, I just don't believe that Luke would ever try to kill his nephew. I just don't. I mean, I'm sure someone's gonna yell at me about that, but like, it's just, I don't see it. And Luke dies in this one, and whatever. I just don't like what Rian Johnson did. Like, it seemed that J.J. Abrams kind of had a plan, and then Rian Johnson came in here and just kind of took a shit all over. He's like, oh, Rey's parents are nobodies, and Snoke is dead, and everything you love is dead, and you fuck Force Awakens, and fuck you. I don't know. It just feels messy, and I know people like this movie. It's very visually pleasing to look at, but like, most of the shit in it I do not like. Next up, we have Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. This movie could have been great. I do think they had to throw the Emperor coming back to life in here because they killed Snoke in the previous one. I don't believe for an instance that Snoke was ever supposed to die in 8. And for that reason, they had to fill the void with the Emperor, which is just lazy. I mean, the Emperor being alive... Come on now. Do you know they revealed the Emperor was still like going to be in this movie through like Fortnite or something? That's always blown my mind. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. There's just nothing going on here. Rey's story is kind of interesting in this one, but then they, you know, the part where she's fighting the Emperor and he's like, oh, I'm all the Sith, and she's like, I'm all the Jedi. They had filmed countless people that have been in Star Wars before for that scene, like in live action. Like Samuel L. Jackson was there, Hayden Christensen was there, fucking Ewan McGregor was there. They were all going to be behind her. It was going to be like this, like kind of like a portal scene in Endgame where they like all like give her the Force energy or whatever. They were going to show up as Force ghosts. And then this Walt Disney, the studio, Disney was just like, yeah, no, just have them be voices. Disney, do you know what makes money? Do you know what people like? Like, that would have been cool. And then Rey kissed Kylo Ren to bring him back to life or whatever. Like, or not bring him back to life, just to like, whatever. It's stupid. Like, ew. Next up, I have Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I like this one a little bit. To be fair, the only things I really remember about this movie is the fight on Mustafar between Obi-Wan and Anakin. But that fight is so damn good. The Duel of the Fates comes back, and again, that's just so good. The memes of this one just get to me. I don't know. I really like this one. I think it has the best lightsaber fight in all the entire series. It's just fun. I like seeing Anakin fully embrace the dark side, and that's how he becomes Darth Vader. People say it's a little too fast, but he's been struggling with this since the last movie. So I mean, I don't know. I kind of like Revenge of the Sith. It's the only prequel that I actually enjoy watching all the way through. So take that for what you will. Next up, I have one that I think is slept on. We have Rogue One. Rogue One is the only Star Wars movie that feels like there's an actual war going on. Like, in the aspect that you're on the ground level, you're seeing the destruction that the Empire is doing on planets and shit. It just feels very grounded and real. I like the characters. I like that none of them lived. Like, that was cool. Like, when the whole aspect of this movie came out, they're like, oh, this is the group of rebels that gave the Star Wars plans to the Resistance or whatever. I was like, okay, cool. Surely, we've never seen any of them before, so they're not going to live, right? And I thought they were going to pull some bullshit where like, oh, they got transported somewhere. They're safe in another galaxy or some shit. No, they died. And I like that. They gave a sacrifice, you know, that happens in war all the time. Rogue One's pleasing to look at. It's action-filled to the hell. Gareth Edwards did a great job, and I'm sad we never got any more movies like this, because it feels like Star Wars. Like, you know? In fourth place, I have Star Wars Episode 7. 7? The Force Awakens. Listen, I know The Force Awakens is just New Hope again. It pretty much follows the exact same story beats the whole time, but, you know, it's made with these modern graphics. It looks really fun. I think Rey, Poe, and Finn are all great additions, and they all play their parts extremely well. BB-8's cute. Like, everything they introduced, I really liked. I saw it in a theater in IMAX, so that was very fun to watch and look at. It's just, I just like the way they revamped Star Wars in this, and I was like really excited for this trilogy of sequels that they announced, and then they just kind of kept going way down. So I really like The Force Awakens. I know people's whole complaint about it are that it's just New Hope again, but we all love New Hope, so why the hell wouldn't I like Force Awakens? You know, shocking what the top three are, huh? At number 3, I have Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. You know, it's the conclusion of the main trilogy, the first trilogy, the best trilogy. I mean, come on now. Not Anakin. Luke gets through to Darth Vader and brings his father back to the light. He doesn't go towards the Emperor and the dark side. The Emperor dies. It's just a fun conclusion to the whole story we've been watching. I really like that Luke gets his green lightsaber in this one, because I always think blue is a basic bitch lightsaber. I like the green one. You got Jabba the Hutt in this bitch. Like, come on. This one's fun. The only real complaint that people have about this one, and I can see it, is the Wookiees. They're just like teddy bears, but I kind of like that a bunch of teddy bears took down the Empire, or at least helped them take down the Empire. That's funny as fuck to me. Yeah, this movie's fun. It's a good conclusion to the main trilogy. At number 2, I have Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, or just Star Wars, since it was the first one. Whatever you pick, I don't care. Yeah. Star Wars rips. I mean, come on now. you get so many iconic people and characters introduced in this movie. Princess Leia, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, R2-D2, C-3PO, Obi-Wan Kenobi, like, it's Darth Vader. Like, come on now. It's such a good, concise little story. The trench run, where he has to put his faith in hitting the shot. It's just the build-up to learning about all of the destiny that Luke is going to be involved in. And you learn about the Jedi and the Sith and all that. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. There's no doubt in my mind that Star Wars is one of the best movies ever. Like, come the fuck on. But, so I think absolutely no one's surprised. The best Star Wars movie, in my opinion, is Star Wars Episode 5. The Empire Strikes Back. Like, can we talk about how good Empire is? There are so many parts that are just fun. You get Lando introduced in this one. Boba Fett has like 3 words in this movie and like 15 or less minutes of screen time. I mean, he's become one of the most iconic characters that people love in this franchise. I just think that's really cool. You really learn a lot more about the Luke and Darth Vader dynamic. You get the iconic parts where Vader tells Luke that he's his father, and it just ties everything in together so nicely. And Yoda, I forgot Yoda got introduced in this one. Yoda, dude, come the fuck on. Empire, I love that the heroes lose in this one. That's what I like about it, is that the Empire truly does strike back. This is the middle chapter where shit is hitting the fan, and then your heart is racing for the conclusion that is in Return of the Jedi. And Empire just hits so good. That scene at the end where Boba Fett takes Han Solo back to fucking Jabba, and he puts him in kryptonite, and the whole "I love you, I know, bro." It's so good. Empire is the best Star Wars movie. Well, guys, that's my ranking of all the Star Wars movies. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I know Star Wars is a tricky topic on the internet. Star Wars fans are never happy, so I'm sure someone out there isn't happy about this, but it's my list, and I don't miss. So, if you like what you just saw, please drop a like, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next video, which will be, I wrote it down, in the spirit of last month's video where I roasted your DVD mains. Next week, I'm roasting your Overwatch main. Get ready. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.